Hello, everyone. It's William here at Allegory Gallery. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're doing well. Um, it's been a busy day. I'm worn out already. I hope you're doing okay. How is your day going? I see Charlie is with us out on Instagram. Hello, Charlie. Are you back? Are you back from your trip? Um, Andrew is not back from his trip. He is still in North Carolina. He's having a great time. Um, I've talked with him just a little bit through text message today. Last night, I think he got in late and kind of went to bed. I was also late and working on things at night, and we didn't even talk on the phone last night. So um, yeah, it's been busy for both of us. He's having fun, I think. He's enjoying his process. Um, and so I don't have much to report from him yet, but I know he is enjoying it. He's having a good time in the class. And even his fellow classmates are liking what he's doing. So that's good to hear. I like that. Hello, Julie. Hello, Donna. Thank you for joining me today. If you're out there, please say hello. So yeah, me and the cats have spent all day at home. I don't think I've left the house yet. I have to leave the house to take the trash out tonight because it's trash night. um, but other than that, I hopefully won't have to leave the house today. I filled up the pellet stove yesterday with extra bags of pellets, and I brought home a bunch of work that I've been working on throughout the day. So me and the cats have just been watching some TV while we pack packages. They've definitely been helping me pack. Oh, look who it is. It's just talking
Hello.
about you. How's it going?
It's going.
What's going on?
So there's people working, so I'm not going to try to be too loud.
Oh, people working.
But I was going to show you all around.
Yeah, let me put you on the solo layout here.
Whoop.
There you go.
I'm going to turn it around so you're not staring at my pores real close. Hi.
Cool Crocs.
Oh, thanks. They're very comfy.
I'm checking out Grace's stuff.
Oh, definitely. So this is...
Hi, Andrew's husband.
Hello. Hello.
Grace.
Hi.
And Grace's friend,
Mari.
Mari.
Maybe I'm
That's Charity and Lisa and Debbie.
Hello.
That's a
And
nice
this
big
is-
working space.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous. See these cones? We need to work harder.
Oh, those are the
Look.
good ones.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then so over here is like forming,
Wow.
and then hole drilling and hydraulic press. It's like I got that. I don't have this great big TV though.
Yeah, we do now.
Oh, you do? Well,
The
I guess
TV?
we could, but we don't have this camera. I don't know what you do with this. And then you can feel like you're a celebrity.
Okay, our TV's not that big, but
And then this is what Charity's working on. What kind of bugs are they?
These are harlequin bugs. So that's going to be the front, and on the back we'll have two mating ones.
Oh.
oh, that's cool.
That's right. They made all these.
That's funny. And then you were telling us about a beetle that is gold
Oh yeah.
and green.
Yeah, I haven't made that one yet, but that's the outline.
That's cool. And then that's like camouflage with bling.
Nice.
I won't show anybody's work unless they want me to. But this is what I did. So guess who this is?
Oh, look at that.
Barnaby.
Mr. Barn.
And then I made this one.
That's nice. Look at those colors.
I tried hard. See ya. And then this is a dollar orchid. They grow in Florida.
Those colors are so vibrant.
I tried hard with my heart. And then this one is a feather.
Ooh, I like that shiny coat.
Oh, I knew you would.
Look
See,
at that.
it's hard not to get it shot.
What?
I messed this up so bad.
It looks good. What do you mean?
I'll post a picture on Instagram. Y'all
Okay.
can see my failure. And then I made this one. This one's not fired yet.
It's so cute.
It looks surprised.
It does look surprised. Getting ready to burst.
That I don't know about that.
Bloom. Burst open.
That sounds better than burst.
Burst
That sounds like
open with
somebody's
blooms.
gonna pee their pants.
Look how cute that is.
And so this one I'm just about to put in the kiln. And then I'm working on this friend. And this is gonna be a plant baby.
Plant baby.
I don't know, some kind of critter.
Super.
And then that's what I've done so far.
You've done a
I
lot.
prepped these. And then I'll show you the teacher's work. Whoop. Well, here, look at these some more.
That's cute. Mr. Barnaby.
You finally got some of them.
Right?
And then, so here are the samples. So this is cloisonne with copper wire.
Wow, that's cool.
And then other kind of cloisonne and champleve.
No,
Oh, wow.
that one was just more of a general
And
scarab beetle. This
some
is
kind
a
of
nice scarab beetle, but it's
cat whiskers.
Enamel threads.
Yeah.
And then that's she made these in little balls, and then it looks like constellations.
Yeah, it does.
And then there's this.
Those are pretty.
For the most
I
part,
like
so
that oak leaf.
2005. But my first enamel piece was actually in the late 90s. But I didn't do a whole lot of it that first year.
This one.
Yeah, I
What?
did a lot of metal work, but
You're going to redo our house?
in the beginning.
I'm making them, or you?
You can make them. All those electrical plates.
Look at
That's-
these
that's
ones.
one of my primary.
She likes the
I
insect
also
too.
do like a lot of sterling silver jewelry, and then.
And this was the sample from class.
So
Wow.
I
Oh,
think
wow.
here too.
And then that's
Are
the
you teaching that
steps.
upcoming?
That's amazing how bright the colors stay.
I'm teaching a jewelry class in March, and then a gradation class.
I'll show you the enamels. Look, they're all numbered.
Oh, wow.
Let's get the label maker out.
I know. Look at that.
And then here is samples throughout the ages.
That's the technique they're going to learn tomorrow.
My one looked like that after I got out of film.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Those are pretty. Those are big.
Oh, this is also a lamp work classroom, so there's little beads.
All right.
That's cute.
And then somebody's face. That's neat. Oh, this is neat.
That's a lot of work in there.
Yeah. Gus and Maggie Masters. I want to be important one day to be in a craft school and have a plaque.
That'd be nice.
And then look at all these samples.
All made.
I'll bring them in class in high school, so.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
Have that in school.
You need to get yourself an intern.
Anyway.
I know. Who wants to volunteer? And then, so read these instructions.
She's got a bunch of stuff she told me the other day. She goes, "I got a whole
They're
bunch
gonna
of
basically boil that business in acid.
stuff."
Oh,
Well, anyway,
And
so
then,
neat.
let me show you these ones.
Yeah. Wow. And my husband did this freeform bowl.
what? Whose are those?
That's charity.
She remembered that. when I
Wow.
went here the first time. She goes, "Your husband made that beautiful bowl." And I
Wow.
said, "Yeah, we still have it."
That color is amazing.
That's great.
Hopefully people will buy a lot of stuff tonight and then I'll get one.
Oh, you have the sale tonight?
No, you.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
We'll see. We've got some new good vintage stuff that just came in from your.
Yeah, make me lots of money so I can get one. Lisa has one.
Oh yeah,
I know the stencil.
I think I want that one.
that one.
Or maybe this one.
Nice.
I'm scared to touch them.
We don't know how to do it flat.
Okay.
Susie says this is exciting and only day 2 for you.
Yeah. So this is the back of that one.
Ooh.
Look at that.
that.
So bylaw stuff.
What's that texture on the back?
I don't know. What's the texture on the back of this one?
That's chased.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. So I probably can't afford this one. We'll go for the small one. That one's not chased. And then this is little book. Look at this.
Look at
How
that
cute
little
this
book.
is.
That's super cute.
And a silver leaf with purple on top.
What?
Isn't that like witchcraft and science?
And science.
I think it's the manganese. Because this is it.
Now, Harry just was talking about the manganese he put in his glaze that made the purple dots yesterday.
Oh. Well, we were watching that one show where they were doing that pottery show and they had to make their own glazes. And they were talking about using manganese to make the bronzing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's what that is. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these is not called manganese purple.
You want to check those numbers?
Who wants to bet me one of Charity's pieces?
Who's making bets tonight so he can buy things?
Yeah, exactly so. All right. Well, you've seen what we're doing. They're having like some kind of dancing in at the main hall.
Oh, you're not dancing tonight?
No.
No.
It's I don't know, it's called contour dancing.
Called what?
It's like square dancing, I said.
Oh.
And so I'm not
not-
do-si-do tonight.
You're not going to break it down?
No, that's how you fall down and then like somebody's gonna have to carry me to the studio. And I don't see any volunteers, so it's gonna be a bad time. Me like crawling to the studio.
Nice.
That's pretty far in the rain.
Yeah.
Up the hill both
You'd never make it
ways.
through that puddle.
Huh?
You'd never make it through that puddle.
I know. I'd be so wet. It'd be unfortunate. I wear Crocs for comfort because I have the gout, and my socks are wet.
Socks
So
are always wet.
Unfortunate. And probably too much information. All right.
All right. See you. Have fun.
Thanks. Make lots of money so I can go and get one of Charity's pieces.
We'll try. All right, everyone. So that's Andrew having a good time. I see a few people have joined us since then. Let's see. Lots of people have joined us. Julia's joined us. Anna, Susie, Angela, Anne, Susan, Dale, Nancy, Amanda, Danette. Thank you all for joining in. That was Andrew jumping in there quickly. I didn't know he was going to be doing that. I'm glad he got to. And because this is the first I've gotten to see, and he showed us around. So I'm glad we got to see. And the stuff he's making looks pretty cool. It looks very cool. It looks like he's learning a lot, so that's great. Nancy asks, is he there all week? Yes, he will be there all week long. I think Friday's the last day. I think they leave early Friday. It started Sunday night, and he will be there through Friday. Hello, Susie. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's a little look at what Andrew's up to. I'm glad he got to jump in there. Tonight on the live, we have some new arrivals of some vintage things. New arrivals of vintage things. So if you like vintage glass, if you like vintage plastic and other vintage things, tonight's the night for you. and we're also going to continue this throughout the week. Andrew got a bunch of stuff. He was contacting suppliers before he left, and they showed up. A lot of it showed up on the doorstep today. So I just got into them enough to get our 40 lots out for this evening. But we're going to have more all week long. Now I will have my class tomorrow. So we'll see if we do the live tomorrow. It might be a little bit later than normal. We don't really get into the selling portion of the live anyway until usually I get home from my class. So we might go ahead and just start a little bit later tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do a live earlier in the day. Who knows? Who knows what could happen tomorrow? But yeah, so tonight we're going to look at some vintage stuff. How are you all doing? If you've just joined us, let me know how you're doing. Charlie says, so pretty, support Andrew's shopping, right? He wants to get something from his teacher. He always likes to do that if he can. We're not always able to, but maybe. We'll see, right? So, how have you all been? How's your day going? How's your Tuesday? It feels like Monday to me. I don't know why. But as I was saying earlier, I've not really left the house much today. I brought all my work home yesterday. It was snowing today, and I didn't know they were calling for a good bit of snow. So I didn't know how much snow we were going to get. And I wanted to make sure I had stuff here at the house to work on in case it snowed too much today. It really didn't snow too much, but I still didn't feel like leaving the house. So me and the cats hung out. I got to spend all day with the cats, and I just worked here at the house. But I do need to run out for some things later. Maybe we'll see. I'd like some snacks. That's what it boils down to. I think I need some snacks. But I have delicious cream of mushroom soup from our neighbor Susie, who got that for me yesterday. I have that to finish for tonight's dinner. And I might have to get some potato chips or something. I don't know. We'll see. And it says John Campbell is the best. Great campus and experience. Yeah, he seems to be having a good time there so far. So that's good. Angela says, winter came back to South Carolina. Boots over the flip-flops. Yeah, we got snow today. I don't know what. I wasn't outside. So it says it's 31 here in Ligonier. I was not out. It was 32 as a high today. Now it's saying it's 30 as I click on it. So 30 degrees. Winter weather advisory tonight until 10:15. Just snow up to 2 inches. We definitely did not get 2 inches of snow. 1 to 2 inches today, up to 2 inches tomorrow, apparently. So that's it. Not too bad. Not too bad. Donna says, dusted everything and did some spot vacuuming. You did some cleaning today. I need to tear down some boxes. We have boxes from things that have come in, and the cats are playing with the boxes, and that's all fun and great, but I need to clean up the boxes. So that's what I'm going to do tonight since it's trash night. I need to get some of the trash out of the house. It's when you feel like it's taking over the house. Normally we throw it in the garage, but with the cold weather, I haven't been making extra trips out to the garage. So it's been piling up in the entryway, and I need to get it taken out. So I got to cut down some boxes, take that stuff out to the trash tonight, and just kind of do that kind of redden up, as we say here in Western Pennsylvania. Let's see here. Amanda says, Wednesday into Thursday, we're supposed to get up to 40 centimeters of snow. That's wild. That's wild. That's like 16 inches, somewhere in there. Am I right? Is that right? Or am I overshooting that? Let's see. 40 centimeters to inches. 15.74 inches. 7.5. 15. Yeah, just about 16 inches. Wow. That's a lot of snow. That's a lot of snow. So this is, I took the garbage out about an hour ago, a little icy out there. Oh boy, I better, well, I can't go now, so I'm going to do that right after the live here. and get that garbage out, get the stuff out. I got to tear stuff down. We just got more boxes today, so I was kind of waiting for that, and then I got to tear everything apart. But I've been working the entire afternoon on packing and also on pricing this new stuff. We got to get all the pricing out. I had to see what it was because it's all brand new to us. Vintage stuff, but new to us. So I hope you love it. I love it. It's some beautiful stuff, some stuff we've never had before. Vintage Czech, vintage West German, vintage Japanese, vintage Indian, and then some that we don't have where they came from. We don't know exactly where they came from. They weren't marked that way, but they are all vintage things, which is so cool, and they're beautiful, and I think they're priced really well. I think we got good deals on them. You know how much vintage German can sometimes go for, and vintage Czech. I think our deals are pretty good tonight, so hopefully you'll like them. There are beads, there are cabochons. There's all different kinds of things tonight, so I hope you like them. Anna says, so excited to see all the vintage. I'm excited to show it to you because, like I said, this is fun stuff. And I've only gotten into like 1/3 of one of the boxes. So we're going to do this throughout the week. Hopefully you like the vintage stuff. You know, this is like what, when I was in the car business, we called NOS, new old stock. It's stuff that hasn't been used before. It's new, but it's old stock, new old stock. Yep. So that's what this is, and it's gonna be fun. Anna says, wish I could come help. Right? It's so fun to go through this stuff, but it is a lot of work, especially when you're by yourself pricing this stuff out. There's a lot of stuff to go through and price. Hello, Kim. Thank you for joining us. This move to Florida to leave winter and snow. Nights like this, I'm so happy that I did. Where were you before, Kim? Yeah, we're here in Western Pennsylvania, and I don't mind the snow. I really don't. It would be more fun if I still skied, but I haven't been skiing in many years. Andrew won't go skiing with me because he's afraid of, as he says, hurting the money makers, the hands. If he fell or if something happened and he got hurt, that would be his whole life. So he doesn't do that. And not many people, there are people, I mean, we have ski resorts all around here. But not many people I know go skiing, and it's expensive to ski, to be 100% honest. I used to go in high school and in college, and we were in clubs and classes, and it was kind of built in and wasn't as expensive. But it's pretty expensive to go by yourself. So that's one of those things. Maybe someday I'll try it again. Maybe someday. I think it could be fun to do. Kim says, lived in Hatfield, PA. I don't know where Hatfield is, but I've heard of it. I've heard of Hatfield, but I couldn't place it if you made me. I don't know where that is. But I have heard of it. So probably drove by a sign a few times that said Hatfield. But yeah, so we have the vintage stuff. It's snowy. I'm staying warm. I've got the heater here in the office. I turned up the little portable heater, brought that up with me. And we're going to get started here real soon, since y'all seem pretty quiet tonight. Are y'all quiet tonight? Seems like it. I think people are realizing if they just stay quiet, we get to the stuff faster. Maybe y'all don't like the chatting as much as I thought. I like the chatting. But yeah, maybe people just want to see the goods, right? Especially when it's new vintage stuff. We love vintage stuff here at Allegory Gallery. We kind of specialize in a lot of vintage things, vintage gemstones, vintage glass, vintage plastic. It's all beautiful. We love it. Anne says, hello again. I was gone and I am back. Hello, Anne. Thanks for coming back. Danette says, I like to chat. I like to chat too. Anna says, I'm cooking food. What you cooking? What you cooking, Anna? Kim says, Lansdale exit off the Blue Route about 30 minutes outside Philadelphia. Probably have seen it. Used to go to bead shows out that way quite a bit. Angela says, I love the chat. Susie says, I'm just so depressed. Oh no, why are you depressed, Susie? Don't be depressed. As I say that, I know you can't help it. I suffer from that sometimes too. And so I scheduled Daniel Tiger for a dental cleaning on Friday and had to schedule cabs. Oh, I had to schedule cabs for it. I see. Mr. Daniel Tiger. And it says, I'm thinking salmon and an avocado. I should try an avocado while Andrew's gone, right? He's usually the one that eats them. But, I was going to go out and get bananas today. That's another thing I didn't do. I was going to go get bananas today, some fruit. Donna says, I love the chit chat. Nice. I'm glad people like it, because sometimes when you're all really quiet, I feel like maybe you're just tired of that, and I'm just going on and on and on and kind of forcing you to wait until we get to actually the show. So it makes me a little self-conscious that maybe I'm just talking too much and y'all just want to see the stuff. That's what happens if y'all get too quiet on me for too many days in a row. Then I start to wonder. Susan said our dinner consisted of grilled cheese and tomato soup. That sounds delicious. I could go for some of that right now. Dennis says we had spaghetti and meat sauce for dinner. I didn't know what to have open freezer. Didn't know what to have. Opened the freezer and saw a bowl of sauce and said, bingo, spaghetti it is. Sometimes that happens, right? It all depends on what she just got around that's the easiest to make. I was going to cook something last night, and then I remembered I had tater tots in the freezer, and the tater tots take 10 minutes in the air fryer. And so tater tots last night it was. Tater tots with cheese and ketchup. And then I had some other things too. I made some ramen last night. Cheap, inexpensive, easy ramen. Not like making ramen from scratch or anything fancy like that. And that was my dinner last night. Yeah. Let's see. Minna says, I made lemon chicken orzo soup. It was so good. That sounds good. Honestly, I love avocados. Yeah, I have to get over the texture thing with an avocado. And then maybe I can like them. Because I actually don't know what they taste like. I could not tell you what an avocado tastes like. Every time I've eaten one or tried to eat one, it's just been the texture that's thrown me off. And it's like, some people have an aversion to Jell-O. I kind of have that too. It's hard for me to eat Jell-O. I've gotten better with that over the years, but when I first started eating, I could not eat Jell-O. My grandmother used to make Jell-O all the time, and it was so hard for me to try to eat it. Susan said we rescheduled Phil, the fidget cat's appointment, for tomorrow due to inclement weather. Get that? Yeah, the weather's getting a little bit wild all over, right? Amanda says, I hope all the kitties' appointments go well, right? Everybody do good at their doctor's appointments, their vet appointments. Susie says, I look forward to the chit chat. Good. I'm glad people like it. Like I said, I always worry because I know we do talk a long time sometimes. And I always wonder if some people are like, can we just not? And if you ever feel like that, y'all, let us know. But I don't know how much it'll change really, because we like to do this. But yeah. Susan says, just quiet because the news is playing in the background and it's depressing. Yeah, I've been trying. I don't know if something happened specifically today. I have been off of the news all day today. I specifically stayed away from the news today. I had to take a break. Susan says Phil's going for his yearly wellness checkup. Nice. Julie says you will love them. Yummy. That's what everyone says. Avocados are yummy, but I don't know. Danette says, I have texture issues with onions and cooked celery. I could see that. Onions are a weird texture. And depending on if they're cooked or raw, right? When they're raw, I feel like they have the texture they should. When they're cooked, not always. I love the chat. Good. I'm glad you all do. Charlie says, I like talking, but always can't keep up. There you are, Charlie. You're back again. Hello, Charlie. Are you back home? Are you back home now? Or are you still away? We haven't seen you for a while. I know you've been away. And says, I love avocados, but I know a lot of people don't like them. Yeah, mine has been purely a texture issue with an avocado. like Andrew always says, if it's made into guacamole, if it looks like a dip and it's soft and it looks like it should be soft, it's fine. But when you slice an avocado and you slice them and they don't look like they should be soft to me. When you hold them, they don't look like they should be soft, but they are. It's a weird thing. It's like a butter, but I don't know. It looks like it shouldn't be. Troy says, I'm back, but I'm not feeling well. Had to pick up dinner today. Oh, no. Sorry you're not feeling well. Donna says, I can't eat raw onions at all. Mine has to be cooked. As I get older, raw onions are harder for me to eat. I have noticed that. My aunt also has that same issue. When she reached a certain age, raw onions, really, she could not deal with it. I'm not quite there as far as I can still eat them, but I don't enjoy them as much. I used to love raw onions on stuff. I used to love them, but they do give me like indigestion, heartburn now, I feel like, more than they used to. Depending on the kind of onion. If it's a sweet onion, it's not so bad. If it's one of those purple onions, those sometimes really do it to me. Or a white onion, not so great. Charlie says, it seems to happen the day I fly out. I guess I'm glad it waited till the end. Yeah, but I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Hopefully you feel better soon. And it says, use the avocado in a way that it should be soft, like spread it for avocado toast, then it's like butter. Yeah, I think I might have to do something like that. Because a lot of people still cut it and they lay it on the toast like that, and it still is weird to me. But maybe if I just spread it. I just need to taste it. I just need to taste it to see if I actually like it. I don't know. We'll see. Dennis says, I've never had an avocado. I've only had guacamole. I've tried an avocado before, but it was so weird I couldn't actually taste it. Sue says, I love the chat. It's a nice distraction. Good. Yeah, so today I don't have much to report today. I stayed home, so I actually ate more today than I normally do. You know how we normally eat once a day. We always talk about this. We often eat just once a day. But because I was home all day, I had breakfast today. What was my breakfast? I don't think I had great food today. I had a peanut butter jelly at one point, which was pretty good. That was for lunch, peanut butter and jelly. Or was that breakfast? That was breakfast. Peanut butter and jelly for breakfast. And, I made my oatmeal and banana. Oatmeal and banana for breakfast. Then a peanut butter and jelly. And then I also had a bowl of ramen. And so that's been my food today. So I feel pretty, like I had some energy today instead of just like wearing out fast. But it's also been nice to be home and not have to run around everywhere. I felt pressured in my head though. I'm an anxious person. I need to stop telling myself that I'm an anxious person and saying that, because I think the more you say it, the more you believe it. And I'm trying to get away from that. But as you all know, I am. And sometimes when I don't leave the house, even I could be the most productive person in the whole world that day, but if I didn't leave the house, I feel like I didn't do enough. I don't know if you feel like that sometimes, or if you're in a position like that, but sometimes I feel like I didn't go to the cottage today. I didn't go and do any chores today or do any errands today. I did stuff in the house. I did a lot of work. I did more work probably today than I have in quite a while. Because I could just stay in one place and just do the work. Oftentimes I'm running around here and there and running errands and things get in the way. But it was a busy day for me. But because I didn't leave the house, I felt like I didn't do as much. Isn't that weird? So it's hard for me. It's hard for me often to stay home and work because I feel like I should go somewhere to work. Such a weird feeling, right? Such a weird feeling. Donna says, I love a good homemade guacamole. Me too, maybe, kind of. I don't know. I like salsa. I've had good guacamole. If I had the choice of guacamole or salsa, I would probably choose salsa just because I'm unsure of that avocado in there, right? I got to get better about that. And it says maybe try guacamole on chips as a dip. It might seem right to be dip like. Yeah, I've done that, and I have not had a problem with it. Susan says, I like avocado. I just don't like guacamole. Yes, I'm weird. You're the opposite, right? Let's see. Charlie says, thank you. I might have to fly out soon again. Family emergency. Oh, no. Where are you flying to now? Hopefully not. Hopefully things calm down for you. You've been traveling a lot. Anne says, I've developed multiple food sensitivities. I'm trying to add some food back in after an elimination diet. This week is broccoli, so I had broccoli and cheese on toast. That sounds actually really good. I love broccoli and cheese, and I love toast. Yeah, elimination diets are hard. When I thought maybe I was gluten allergic, or when I was starting to get my hives the first time around, the first few weeks that I had them, I had no idea what it was, and so I started pulling things out of my diet, and just eating very basic things to see what would react and what wouldn't. Before I went to an allergist and found out that none of the stuff that I was worrying about was to worry about, because it's probably my thyroid anyway. But I did that too, and it's not fun. It's not easy. But yeah, as I've gotten older, I have some food sensitivities, but knock on wood, I've not had too many. Onions is something I noticed though, because I used to pile onions on things, like hot dogs and burgers, and in salads I would have lots of raw onions, and there came a point when it just started like burning. I was like, this is not good. This is not right. Let's see here. Susan says, I have a lot of food aversions. Yeah. Let's see here. Susie says, the news is what's depressing me. I can't bear to watch. I do, however, still enjoy chatting with everyone. I did some meal prep on Sunday, so it's been good. That's good. I wish I could do meal prep. I wish I had that energy and that desire to do that. I guess most people probably don't have the desire to do it. They just do it because it's easier and that's what works. But I have a hard time with that. Yeah, I kind of wish I could be more organized like that, but I'm not yet anyway. And this is nothing wrong with food aversions, right? Maybelline says, hello Maybelline, by the way, says at restaurants here, guacamole is super pricey, some at $8, so I don't do that anymore. I don't even know what it is here. We don't really go out to restaurants that much. Like we ordered pizza the other day from Fox's Pizza here in town. That's one of the only things we've had. I mean, that was takeout in a restaurant, and but I don't know when the last time. I guess the last time we were in a restaurant was probably when we were away. Yeah, when we went to ECU, we went out to eat with friends, and I think that was the last time we were in a restaurant. We just don't eat out much. We don't really have the budget for it, generally, and the time for it. So that's what we eat in a lot. So I don't know what anything costs out there these days. Susie's tonight making an omelet from the leftovers for breakfast tomorrow. Nice. Julie says, hate onions. One tiny bit will ruin an entire meal for me. Let me tell you, I used to have a friend, and we don't talk anymore, but who was very, 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 very particular about onions. And it wasn't that my friend was affected by the onions generally. They just hated the onions, I guess. It wasn't a stomach issue. It wasn't anything like that. This is to the point that my friend would take, like, if we went to a Chinese restaurant, for example, and the sauce that they had diced onions cut up in the sauce, my friend would take every single onion and divide it out from the sauce before they would eat the meal at all. So very much averse to onions. I would usually be finished eating the meal. Most of us would be finished eating the meal, and they were still pulling out onions out of their sauce. I don't even like. I always questioned, how can you even taste that? How could you, if you didn't know it was there, if you didn't see it in there, I don't think you would know it was there. But just seeing it, they knew, and they couldn't handle that. Hello, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. Susie says, LOL, trust me, I'm not organized. Julie says, that's me. Yeah, I was like, but how can you actually taste? Can you taste them? Can you? They're so cooked up and they're so flavored from the sauce. Can you really taste them? Maybelline says, so now my hubby makes some great guacamole. That's awesome. That's awesome. Danette says, I do the same thing as your friend, pick the diced onions out. Really? Like, I've never seen anyone do that. Honestly, and you all saying that, that's the first time I've ever seen anyone since my friend doing that. Picking them out of the sauce. Picking them out of the sauce. Let's see here. What is... Susie says, I tried AIP for a while. It's really hard. I don't know what AIP is. And Anne says, I just looked up AIP. I'm following low FODMAP. It's weird because I previously ate low carb for diabetes. Now I eat so many carbs. I miss a larger variety of fruits and veggies. Oh, different kinds of diets. Different kinds of diets. Hey, Donna, thanks for joining in. Yeah, we're talking food, as we always seem to get, and the food conversation seems to keep the conversation going. I don't know why, right? Everyone loves to talk about the food. Food and beads. Donna says, if the onions are cooked or sauteed, I'm good. If as long as they're not raw, they generally don't affect me, and I usually like them. Like you can put as many sauteed onions on something for me as you want to. I used to be a huge fan of liver and onions, and those are two things that some people just are disgusted by. And I used to be like, just pile those onions on. Like, we go out to restaurants and stuff and get liver and onions, and it never had enough onions. Like, there was never, ever enough onions for me. But a lot of people are completely disgusted by both of those things, liver and onions. Suzanne says, I'm trying to come up with a good dinner for V-Day. I don't know. I don't even know if Andrew's going to be well, Andrew's definitely not. That is just coming up, isn't it? I just realized that. You can see how in tune I am with things. When is Valentine's Day this year? It's on Friday. So Andrew will probably maybe be coming home that day, maybe not, depending on what's going on down there and what time he gets out and what time he gets leaving and if he's visiting anybody down that way. Yeah, I don't know. Maybelline says, caramelized onions can be yummy. Yes, they can. Anne says, I often wish there was just a nutrient pill I could take and not have to worry about what to eat. But then what would we talk about on the live, right? Just pop a pill and just get all your nutrients from that. I kind of wish that too. And then you could just eat for joy, right? Take your nutrient pill to get all the things you need and then just eat for joy. Whatever you want to eat for joy. That would be nice. Sometimes I think, especially as we get older, food becomes less joyful and it becomes more about what we have to do and what we have to eat. I know when I was younger, food was joy. I was one of those people. I was very lucky. I was one of those people that could eat anything, and I never gained weight, which was kind of good and kind of bad. But I could eat anything, and it didn't affect me poorly generally. But I also did exercise a lot more. I walked more. I played around as a kid. I ran around a lot, bicycled. I think my metabolism also was up because I did a lot of that stuff too. But yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. Just the fact, just for me, that would be nice because I would know that I'm getting the nutrients I need, right? Especially as a vegetarian. Sometimes I feel like I'm like, am I getting enough protein? Am I getting enough this, enough that? It'd be nice to be able to take here's your vegetarian pill, fit for vegetarians. Now eat whatever else you want. It's fine. Lennis says, yep. Hello, Lennis. Garlic and onions have to be cooked. Yeah, garlic is another thing. I've just kind of related garlic to my hives, even though I'm not technically allergic to garlic. But for some reason, whenever I eat something with the pre-diced garlic in, which oftentimes restaurants do use for their garlic, if I eat real garlic, it doesn't seem to happen. But if I eat the pre-diced, kind of canned or pre-done garlic, I don't know if it's what it's in. I don't know if it's the kind of garlic they use. But I tend to break out in hives more often. And so whatever it's preserved in, maybe, I don't know. So I shy away from garlic now, even though I used to love garlic too. And I still love garlic. I think it's delicious, but it's easier cooked for sure. Donna says, I hate liver of any sort. My mom and dad love them. Yeah, I love liver. I used to love liver. It was a good thing. The texture was weird on liver too, but I was okay with it because I liked it. Maybelline says, liver has to be cooked by a pro. I haven't had a good experience with it. I don't know. I always used to like it. Susie says, AIP is pretty strict. No nuts, seeds, dairy, grains, legumes, eggs, just meat and veggies. That's it. I could not survive. Not eating meat, could not. I'd never get enough stuff. Susie says, Ruthie's Diner has the best liver and onions. I've never had it there. I should have had it there before I became a vegetarian. That is one of the things that I miss. It was something I didn't eat very often, but when I did eat it, it was kind of those things that's going to hit the spot. And sometimes those are the things I miss the most because I wasn't used to eating them all the time and they were kind of like a treat. And so now I think about them and I'm like, oh, I could have that treat. And I'm like, oh no, I'm never having that treat again. And I think when you give something up, sometimes it's those things that you miss the most, the things you didn't have often, the things that used to be a treat. And then you think about them now and you're like, ooh, and you're like, oh, no. That's some of the harder things to give up. Sue says, I tried AIP when I was diagnosed with Graves' disease, but my diet was already strict at the time, so it didn't make any difference. She says, eat what you like, just kind of take note of what doesn't sit well with you. That's what we do nowadays. We eat whatever we want generally, and if it doesn't make us feel good, then, we may try it again just to make sure that was it. But other than that, yeah. Charlie's going to Montana, maybe. It will be cold. Yes, I bet it will. And maybe snowy. I don't know what it's doing. We got any people from Montana out there watching? How's it going there nowadays? Ann says, when my mother cooked liver, I would go out in the garage because the smell made me sick. Also ground beef. I mean, I could see that. Sometimes that smell people love. Like, I don't mind. I love generally the smell of steak being cooked or beef being cooked, even if it's ground beef. I grew up on that and it did not bother me. And liver, it's fine. But I know people and I could see how that could be very polarizing. Donna says, yeah, and the texture, I just can't. With the liver? Or is it the onions? Jermaine says, I think there is some kind of preservatives in the pre-diced garlic. I always buy garlic cloves and dice it myself. That's what we do. We used to buy the pre-diced. And we used to buy it in the giant containers because Andrew uses a lot of garlic in his cooking because I liked it and he likes it. But once we kind of narrowed it down to, it seems like every time that I have a really bad hive reaction, like it'll happen sometimes in the middle of the night and things like that. And that's usually my thyroid, probably. At least that's what they tell me. But sometimes it'll happen like very quickly or closely, at least after dinner. And when we think about dinner, a lot of times it's if we ate out somewhere or got takeout and there was a possibility that they probably used garlic and it was probably that, or the last few times we had used it, that we had it in the fridge, we kind of linked it back to that. And I don't know if it is or not, but it seems like that's what does it to me. So we buy fresh garlic now all the time when we use it too. My grandfather used to grow garlic, so we always had fresh garlic at my grandparents, and we get it from there. And so we didn't really use the pre-diced stuff much growing up at all. And my mom, I don't think, used a lot of garlic anyway. We used garlic powder and stuff, which doesn't seem to bother me because we still use garlic powder, and that seems okay. So I think it might be some of the preservatives or something in that pre-diced stuff. Linda says, same, most cheap garlic is from China. They don't always take out the middle before they dice it, and it's indigestible. I don't react to the local garlic that is cooked. Yeah, I don't. When we have regular garlic, and Andrew will cut it, like he likes to cut the garlic in big slices and cook with it, which I don't mind, but I'm a little on edge about because of this whole hive issue. But so far he's been doing that the last, few weeks, few months that he's been cooking. Instead of dicing it real small, he cuts into pretty much into slices, the clove into slices, and cooks with it. And it's fine. I haven't had any much of an issue. Suzanne says, I don't use garlic. I do like garlic. I like garlic. Maybelline says, oh, I do love chicken liver mousse. Oh, that's a whole other thing. That kind of mousse and foie gras and pâtés. And I used to love foie gras. I really, really, really loved foie gras. And then when I was in France, they told me how foie gras was made. And being a lover of animals, it kind of really put me off. Like, I tried it after that, and I just couldn't enjoy it because learning how it's made is terrible. So, yeah. So I can't. I mean, we don't eat meat anymore now. I wouldn't eat it anyway. But yeah, that was foie gras was one of the very first things that started in my mind, I think, pushing me toward being a vegetarian. Just hearing how that was made, and then that was. Susie says, I don't like cilantro. Tastes like soap to me. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I don't know. I have that gene. Tastes like soap. Can't eat it. My mom has the same thing. We never grew up using cilantro in the house. Where it's coriander to some people. Coriander, cilantro. Tastes like soap. Terrible. Terrible. I wish I could know what it tastes like to people who don't taste the soap. Because people who love it, love it. And I don't understand it because it's got those alkaloids in it. It tastes like soap to me. Donna says, yes, the liver. Liver does have a texture thing, but I'm okay with it. For some reason, I like that. Susan says, I like garlic in small amounts. Nice. Denise says, I grew garlic year before last. The garlic I grew was from a bulb that my grandpa grew many, many years ago. The garlic has been handed down for generations. Yeah, I don't know if there's still any garlic that would be usable from my grandfather that is up there or not at my grandparents where my brother lives now. I don't know if he used to dry them and save them. He'd take half. I think he stored half away for the next year's harvest. So I don't know if there would be any left or not. It'd be kind of nice to have that, but who am I going to hand it down to? No one. Susie says, my mom would make the salmon loaf thing in the microwave, and it really turned me off of salmon in general because it smelled so bad. Took years to get over it. Now I love it, but don't eat it much. I love salmon too, but I can see how making a salmon loaf in the microwave might turn you off of salmon. That is not something I would ever think to do. There was a time, I guess, when microwaves, I grew up, we had a microwave cookbook in the house, and that was something that was, I think when my mom was younger, it was kind of one of those things that the microwaves were the big thing, and they were trying to use them to cook entire meals in. And now that, we mostly use it to heat stuff up, right, and cook some things, but mostly heating stuff up. But there was a time when there were cookbooks and people were really trying to use them and push them to make entire meals in. And so I don't think salmon in the microwave would be a wonderful thing. But I do love fish. I miss fish. That is something I miss, but don't eat that either. Susan says, at this point, any meat is totally disgusting to me. I wish I could say that. I hope to get to that point. But so far, not yet. I still have, I can still like think about it and be like, ooh, that'd be good. When I see people eating food on TV, like today I just saw people eating steak on TV, and I was like, my mouth watered a little bit, even though I wouldn't do it. My dream, my hope is that in my lifetime, they make lab-grown meat that is cruelty-free, and I will be one of the. I will take that lab-grown meat. If they make the lab-grown meat, I have nothing against that. I have nothing against that at all. I don't have anything against meat. I just don't like the cruelty to animals that happens when we get the meat. So if we can make the meat in a lab, go ahead. I will eat the meat then. Maybelline says, yeah, foie gras isn't great. Yeah, most of that kind of liver stuff where they have to make the liver fatty, not great at all. Anne says, I also hate cilantro. Ruins whatever it is on. It does. And, so many salsas have cilantro in it. And when you buy salsa, you have to be careful, because a lot of times it's in there and it's like, just to what degree is it in there? Like, is it enough that I can handle it, that it doesn't overpower the whole salsa? Or did they go wild? So I got to be careful what brands of salsa we use, because if I buy a new brand or try a new one, sometimes it's just like, well, maybe they'll just throw this away. Andrew doesn't mind. Andrew likes cilantro, so he'll eat it at least. But for me, I'm like, just bought this for nothing, right? Or for Andrew, not that I can use it. Susie says, foie gras makes me sad. Yes, it does. Lena says, same. Foie gras is good for cholesterol, so my friend bought me some in France, or from France, and I just can't eat it knowing how they make it. Yeah. How is it good for cholesterol? That's interesting. That's interesting. Anna's loves cilantro. See, people love it or hate it. I have never. Okay, so cilantro is one of those foods that I have never heard someone say, I could take it or leave it. It has always been like, I love cilantro, or it's soap. Like, people are very divided on the cilantro issue. Let's see. Maybelline says, I like cilantro cut very fine, not full leaves. Yeah, if it's full leaves, I can at least pull it out of stuff. So I prefer it to be cut in full leaves, so that I can yank it out if I need to. Lena says, UK just approved lab-grown meat for cat food. Nice. Let's approve it for human food. Suzanne says, me, I could take it or leave it. See, you're one of the very first, Suzanne, that I've ever heard, because if it's not in too, like, I'm fine with it as long as it doesn't overpower. Like, I've just gotten to the point where I know a lot of Mexican food is going to come with it anyway. So I just need to, like, hope that there's not too much of it. If I had my preference, I would never put it in anything. So there's that. Jermaine can take it or leave it with cilantro. See? Now all y'all are coming out of the woodwork, right? Yeah, I am. It's usually one of those hot button topics. Cilantro, love it or absolute. And I don't hate it. I mean, I do, but I don't hate it for itself. I just hate it because of the way it tastes, right? It's just because it tastes like soap. I'm sure if it tasted like what it tastes like to many of you, I wouldn't have an issue with it. Anyway. Let's flip this camera around and let's look at some vintage goodies, y'all. There's some good stuff tonight. I hope you enjoy them. I have 40 lots tonight, and we're going to do more of these vintage things. I've got boxes of them that have arrived. So every day I'm going to try and take out some. We may do a few less tomorrow since I'll be at my class tomorrow. We may start later. We don't really get to the selling portion of the show on Wednesdays usually until I get home from my class anyway. So we'll see. We'll see what all ends up happening. But if I come on late tomorrow night, that's why. And we'll just kind of jump into it a little bit. We'll chit chat a little bit as we do usually when I get home. But then we'll jump pretty quickly into the live and look at some stuff. Yeah. But I want to keep pushing a little bit so we make sure we get Andrew some gas money for coming back. And in case he has to, depending on weather and stuff, in case he would have to stay down there a little bit longer or a day or longer, I don't know what's going to happen. So I want to make sure that we try and do what we can for that. Plus, it looks like he has stuff from his teacher he would like to buy if he can. Let's see here. Anne says, I know there will be good stuff today because I'm trying to save money since I had or will have lots of vet bills. Of course there's going to be good stuff today, right? That's when it happens. There is good stuff today. But I get it. I totally get it. All right, let's flip this camera around. Let's take a look at some stuff. Thank you all for hanging out with me, keeping me company while Andrew is away. Let's see here. Flip the camera, flip the camera, flip the camera. There we go. And let me get my lights. I tried to clear my desk off here a little bit. It was getting wild. I got a little bit clearer last night. I actually have room for my lights today. And I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit, though. My heater keeps registering that it's pretty warm in this room, and I don't know why. I'm like, you are wrong. But then when I turn it up to where it needs to turn on, it doesn't turn off. Okay, let's move this down a little bit because these are some smallish things. And these are going to be VV lots tonight. So if you're new, just in case, or if you forget to purchase from this video, take down the lot number that we give you. These are going to be VV, so it's going to start with VV1. This is the lot number. Take that down, put it in an email to info@allegorygallery.com. This is the price per lot. If there's more than one lot, I'll have a number in the bottom right-hand corner. There is only one of this one, VV1. Let me get my email up and running over here. Let's move this over so I can still see Instagram in case anybody else pops on or Charlie chats with us over there. And let's see here. There we are. All right. So VV1 are these little pears. These little pear-shaped beads. I think these are vintage Czech. They did not say, but I think they're vintage Czech, possibly vintage German. There's only one lot of these available. We can only get one. These are vintage items. They are new, but they are vintage. So these are about 16 millimeters by about 12 millimeters. One lot available. VV1, $3.15 for the lot of 5. I think that's a good deal. Right? I think Andrew did good on getting these. He did good with the pricing on these. All right, let me move this stuff so I have a little bit of room. What I didn't do is give myself room to lay these out. So let's do that here. And this is so cute, right? They're super cute. Super duper cute. All right, VV2, $2.50 each. These are horn pendants. So these are made out of horn, vintage horn pendants. These are from the 1970s. From the 1970s. There are 3 of them here available. And they're $2.50 each. 3 of them available. Let me do this here. Let's see. This one is approximately 34.7 millimeters and 4.5 that way, but can't do it the whole lengthwise. So they're about 4.5 around at the thick parts. This is VV2, $2.50 each. I thought those were really cute. Natural horn pendants, 1970s. I think they're from, I don't know it, but Kimcraft originally they came from, I think. It's VV2. Amanda says, darn, I have to go. I'll watch tomorrow. Please take care, everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us for a little bit, Amanda. We appreciate it. Okay, VV3. I did these by the pair. So I'll show you the pair. These are a vintage cameo. Vintage, I believe, vintage plastic on these. You know what? No, I think these are glass. I think these ones are glass. These are the glass ones. Did them by the pair. They do not have holes drilled, but they have a flat back. So you could, if you wanted to put a little bail, a glue-on bail on there, you could do that. You could bead around them. But you get a pair of them for $4. $4 a pair, VV3. This is a red and white Archer cameo, approximately 20.5. Yeah, about 20.5 millimeters. And it says bead embroidery. Yes, you could absolutely do bead embroidery around them. Whoa. Yeah, these are glass. Bead embroidery around them. Why not? Got those nice flat backs. $4 a pair. 5 pairs available. VV3. Where am I here? Oh, these are super cool. These are super cool. These are VV4. Oops, I forgot the. Oops, let me gotta put that in the bag. So there are multiple lots of these available. We got a bunch of these. I think you're gonna love them. I hope so anyway. Let me find. So these are vintage Japanese. They're vintage Japanese sequin balls. Vintage Japanese sequin balls. And you get a pair of them for $2. Super cool. I've never seen these before. But how fun are those? For those of you who like vintage sequins, sequin balls, vintage Japanese. So you get a pair of those. They're kind of like a gray AB. This bright light's not showing them the best. They're pretty, yeah, like a gray AB. VV4, $2 a pair. Multiple lots available on those. I've got a good bit of those available. Not tons, but a good bit. Look at those. Where have you seen those before? I've never seen those before. I don't know where Andrew found all this stuff, but he did a good job. VV5, some really cool check glass buttons. We only got 5 of these in. And look at these. Check glass, vintage buttons, gold stars. Here's what the button portion looks like on the back. All glass. $5 each. Only 5 of them available. VV5. We've sold some VV4s. Thank you so much. We've sold a VV3. Thank you so much. VV5. Only 5 of these available. $5 each. I think that's a really great price. Really well made buttons. And for being vintage buttons, they all have this bright gold on them. They all look really good. Let me pull another one out just so you can see. See? They've really kept their that gold really well over the years. So $5 each. VV5. VV6. Oh, I like these a lot. I did these by the pair too. I didn't know if people would want things by the pair or not. A lot of these I did by the pair though. These are vintage glass. And you get a pair of these for $6. They are flat backed. So if you wanted to do bead embroidery around them or bead weaving around them, there's lots of holes in there to use. They're flat backed, but they could also make great little fun little earrings too, I think, or charms, or just a little piece in a bracelet. VV6, $6 a pair, 4 pairs available. I think they're really cool. I love that color. And these ones are, just to give you an idea on size, 15.8 by about 12. Vintage glass. Vintage glass flowers. Oops. Get this back in the bag. All right, these are vintage check. I do know they are for sure vintage check glass. They are monkey beads. Monkey beads, and you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 monkey beads for $5. Look how cute those are. And they're drilled top to bottom. Monkey beads. You get 12 of them for $5. That's a good price for it. That's pretty much a strand of those for $5. Vintage check glass. And these are 14 by about 10.7. Vintage check glass, monkey beads. Super cute. Super cute. What do y'all think of those? You like the monkey beads? I like the monkey beads. I thought those would be super popular. We'll see. We'll see if they are. Who doesn't want monkey beads, though? I mean, really. Maybe it's just because I'm Year of the Monkey I like them, but I think they're super cute. VV7, $5 for 12. 6 lots available. Whoop. VV8. And I tried to make things like, in a lot of these I tried to, instead of putting a bunch of them in a lot, I tried to make the lots smaller so there were more lots available for people, and in case you didn't want to buy like a lot of them. So these are vintage plastic limes, little lime charms. I did them by the pair for $1.50 a pair, and there are 12 pairs available. So instead of making, like a bunch of them for making you pay $8 or something, just $1.50 a pair. Lime charms, vintage plastic. They are about 11 millimeters by about 18. 11 by 18 millimeters. Vintage plastic, lime charms. $1.50 a pair. 12 pairs available. VV8. VV8. I think they're super. I love the fruits. The fruits and the veg beads, they call my name. They call my name. I know some of y'all out there like them too. But the lime and the coconut, right, Donna? I don't got any coconuts for y'all tonight. Sorry. I got the limes. And of course, cat beads. How could we be without the cat beads? So this is double-sided, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beads for $8. Got the double-sided cat beads. Now these ones are drilled very differently. Let me see if I have, is Andrew's needle here? What do I have? I don't have any beading wire. These ones are drilled. Here, let me see if I can do this. They are drilled through diagonally. Whoops. Come back here, kitty. These are drilled diagonally, which is really unique. So they are drilled like that, which I think is super cool. If you're lining them up together, they sit on the strand like that. Isn't that cool? So these are vintage check cat beads. You get 10 of them for $8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, 10 of them for $8, and there are 4 of them available. VV9. Vintage check glass cat beads, double-sided. Just sold one of those. Thank you so much. Sold one of the VV7s, the monkeys. Thank you so much. And says that drill would make a fun design on a strand, right? That's what I think. When I was looking at those, I was like, those are so cool. I've never seen them drilled that way. If you line them up, I think that could be, you could play around with that so well. Donna says the cat beads are so cool. We just sold another one of them. Thank you so much. There are 2 of those cat bead lots left, if anyone is interested. Okay, these I think Andrew bought. They were marked as beads, but I have to be honest, they do not have any holes drilled. So they're not technically what I would call a bead. They're more like a marble. You could do a glue on something to them if you wanted to. So I don't know how many of these we will actually sell, because I don't think this is what Andrew thought they were. I don't think he would have bought these if he knew. But they're good for your mixed media projects. They're really pretty because they have, you can see on one side, they have like a coating, and then on the other side, that coating is magnified and reflected through the glass. So I have a number of these lots tonight. They're $4.50 for 10 beads. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, and there are 3 of each color. We have a number of colors. Most of them are going to come up toward the end. So if you like this thing, I know sometimes people look for ones that are not drilled. And so this is the night for you if you're one of those that often like the beads or want the beads that aren't drilled. But they're super pretty. Like I said, you could use them in different ways. They would be probably fun in, like you can use them in like what, macrame. Macrame holds the small little marbles sometimes, right? So you can do things like that. But they're so pretty, and the colors that we got are, I wish they were drilled, because it probably sold all of them if they were drilled. But maybe we'll sell them anyway. Who knows? But I just wanted to be upfront because they were sold to us as beads, and they are not beads. They are round balls, non-drilled. But I figure, instead of sending them back or whatever, it's not worth it. We'll just put them out and see if anybody wants them. Like I said, we know a lot of people that get into other crafts, and sometimes people ask us for things that are not drilled specifically. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with these. That's VV10. Lena says, just glue a bead cap on or doll button shank. Yeah, there are ways around it for sure. That's why I was like, I'm just going to show them because y'all are, y'all got the good ideas, and I'm sure you can all still use them. I think they're really cool. They are some of the most beautiful, I will say, they're some of the most beautiful glass rounds that I've seen in a long time. They look like, they're kind of like the mermaid glass without having to divide it in half like they do and add that layer. So, they just don't have a hole. So you could put a glue-on bell on there. You could glue something on. You can put a bead cap, like Lena says, glue on the bead cap. These are a nice, bright, beautiful yellow. These are vintage glass from India. Vintage glass from India. VV11, $3.60 for a lot of 5. This is about 16.5 millimeters by 19.2 by about 6.3. Really lovely little kind of flowers. I love these. I love the color. It's such a beautiful yellow. Vintage glass from India. VV11, $3.60 only. We have 5 of those lots available if you're interested. VV11. And they are drilled, right? Lengthwise, drilled lengthwise. Just sold 2 of the VV11s. Thank you so much. Other people like those too, right? I love them. Love, love, love them. Oops, I forgot to put those in their bag. Set their bag over here. Oh, these are cool. These are vintage plastic. Told you we got a little bit of everything. Even some metal at the end. Vintage plastic. They're made to look like jade. They're $4.05 each only. They're flat backed and they're nice and big. So if you wanted to bead embroider around that, that would be incredible. But they're made to look like jade. There's a carved bird with the flowers in the tree. And again, flat back. These are, I'm going to do this in inches because this is pretty big. 1 3/4 inches by about 1.5. In millimeters, for those of you who want to know, that's about 45.5 by about 36.5 millimeters. $4.05, VV12. Some of my V's look like U's. Just, I'll know if you write VU, but we're doing VV lots tonight. Oh, the yellow, we just sold more. We only have 1 of the VV11s left. 1 of those left. Thank you so much. This is VV12, $4.05. It's really pretty. Only 5 of those available. VV12. I said, I think Andrew got some really good prices on this stuff. Sometimes you see vintage stuff very expensive. Not here, not tonight. These are so pretty too. These are, again, vintage Indian from India. And these are little blue hearts. And they've got these wires already in them. Some of them have the little extra beads on them and some do not. So if you purchase a pair of these, they're only $1.50 a pair. We've got 10 pairs available. If you purchase them, they may or may not have the bead on the top extra, but they've already got the wire in there. And the wire, they don't come through the end, so the wire is set in the glass, right? So really cool. It's kind of that foil glass, vintage glass from India. You get a pair of hearts for $1.50 each only, and only 10 of those pairs available. Super cute for charms or earrings. Even just throw that on the end of a piece of chain or a little piece of silk, and you've got a little pendant. Really pretty color too. That blue, look at that color with the gold. VV13. Oh, I didn't give you the size on those either. I'm going to do the size without the bell. It's about 16 by 17. Because some of the bells are different size. So that's VV13. Hello, Janine. Thank you for joining us. As those are pretty, right? I think so. I love those. I think they're really pretty. Remember, if you'd like to claim anything, just send us an email with VV number in the subject line. Address it to info@allegorygallery.com. And that's all you have to do to claim. First come, first serve. These are, oh, so cute. I think these are Japanese. I'm pretty sure. These ones weren't marked, but we have some later that I think are. Let me make sure here. Yeah, we have some later that are similar that are marked Japanese. These I'm doing by the pair as well. Oh no. And they're so cute, these little peaches. And these are vintage plastic. These again do not have holes. They've got the flat backs. And I'm selling them by the pair, $2 for the pair. VV14. Look how cute those are. Vintage Japanese. Super cute. And these are about 12.5 by 13.5 millimeters. So these could be glued on to something if you wanted to. Glue on bell, tiny glue on bell. They do have a little hole through the stem that you could utilize probably if you wanted to. They're just super cute little things. $2 for the pair. There are 4 pairs available. VV14. All right, VV15, $6.25 each. These are Western Germany, vintage Western German glass. These are glass intaglios. This is a Buddha, $6.25 each. Sorry, my screen went. Look at those. There are 2 of them available only. Look how gorgeous those are. That's the back. They are painted over in the back, so there's less of a chance of that color coming off, which is really smart. I have a feeling these are going to sell out. We'll see, but these are one of my favorite things of the night. VV15, and these are approximately 22 by 30. 22 by 30 millimeters. VV15. Buddha intaglios in glass. Okay. VV16. These are a jet black. I've got my fingerprints all over this already. Let me wipe this up a little bit. My cloth. There we go. Vintage glass, jet black, approximately 20 millimeters, Pegasus intaglio, flat back. Could glue on a bell. You could do the bead embroidery around it. You could wire wrap it. Pegasus, jet black, and I think it says 20 millimeters. Let's check it. 19.5. $4.75 each only. Both of the 15s have sold. Thank you so much. I had a feeling those would. So those Buddhas are gone. Thank you. VV16, 5 of these available, $4.75 each. Really good price. Okay, what's next? 16, this is 17. Okay, this is $6. These are so pretty. These are a pink opal bead. Pink opal bead in glass. Look at that color. So you get 5 of them for $6. Some of them are a little bit more opaque than others. They vary. You will get an assortment of them, and they are generally around, let's see here, 15.5 by 17.2 millimeters. Look at the color and the glow. Susan says VV17 is pretty, right? Only $6 for 5 beads. Vintage glass in this pink opal color. Look at the shine in them. They look so good. Susan says, I don't think Marianne would approve, though. No, probably not. Although Mary Jane probably would. I'm surprised Mary Jane's not here. She loves the vintage glass. At least I haven't seen her name. Hopefully all is okay. I haven't seen Marianne either. All right, that's VV17. $6 for 5 beads. There are 5 lots available. Those are one of the more pricey ones, but they're big beads, and that's why. Vintage beads and they're big beads. All right. These are some more of those non-drilled rounds. VV18. Are these? They're hard to see the color. These are green and pink. They're so pretty. They're like little crystal balls. Here you can see some of the green on the edges and the pink. It comes through. Oh, excuse me, everybody. So you get 10 of those for $4.50. VV18. Let's see here. What's next? VV19. If you liked the limes from earlier, we have vintage plastic lemon charms. Aren't those super cool? Vintage plastic lemon charms. And these are $1.50 a pair. 12 pairs available. So you got the limes and the lemons if you want. And these ones are approximately, with the bell, 16.3 by about 10.5. These are a little transparent lemon charms. I love how they got the little bubble in there too. They got the bubble from making the plastic. They pretty much all got that. I'll show you. Look how fun they are. These are the things that you make for fun, right? These are the things you make for fun if you're at a show. Little fun earrings with some lemons and some limes, maybe one lemon, one lime on each side. I think they're just super cool. That's VV19, 12 pairs available. We just sold one, thank you so much, down to 11 pairs available. All right, VV20. VV20. These are fish, and I'm told to try hitting them with the UV light because they've got little speckles in them that glow. So here they are. They've got little dots in them that glow. Hopefully you can see that. Super cool. And you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them for $5.50. And these are drilled through the top portion. Let me get my piece of plastic out here. Come on. Okay, I don't need both of you trying to go through. They're drilled, whoa, like this. So they dangle. They're like a drop. And they glow. So you got those dangling, glowing fish, which I think is super cool. So that is VV20. Susan says, oh, VV20 is cool. They are very cool. $5.50 for a lot of 10 of them. We have 6 lots available. Stocked up a little bit on those because I think they're going to be pretty popular. Andrew must have 2. I think they're awesome. Usually, you don't see the glass glowing in dots like that, right? Sorry, my throat's... Usually the glass either glows or it doesn't, but to have little dots and specks is very different. Very different and very cool. So that's VV20. We just sold 2 more 19s. Thank you so much. Those are the lemons. Just sold another VV20, so we're down to 4 lots of those remaining. Thank you so much. This is some cool stuff. Stuff we've never seen, we've never had before. I'm really liking it. All right. So these are vintage Japanese peach buttons. And they're priced each. They're larger than those other ones we had. And they've gotten the button on the back. Peach buttons, $1.50 each. We've got 9 of them available. And these ones are approximately 18 by 14.5. 18 by 14. Well, let me get the widest part here. Did I get? At the widest part, they're actually about 15 and a half. 18 by 15 and a half. Vintage Japanese fruit buttons. And we've got 9 of them available. Let me just show you them all. Look how fun they are. Come on. Look at those. So cute. So cute. We've just sold 4 of those. Thank you so much. There's 5 of them remaining. 5 of them left. Where'd you go? Okay. That's VV21. VV22 coming up. These are vintage Japanese as well. These are Cherry brand, so the old Cherry brand. Opal swirl beads. Well, not bead. Well, they are. So they have. Let me show you these. For one, they look like opals. Did you see that flash when I took? Like, there's some nice. They've got some good color to them. They flash better when the light's not directly, I feel like, on them. Now these, they have a hole in the bottom. If you want to glue half drilled, says Amy. Yep. They are half drilled through. Amy knows. And these are $2.50 each. Look, there's that. Look at that. Look at that. It looks like an opal. It's glass, y'all. It's glass. But they look good. And they are half drilled. So you can glue something down in there if you want to. Use that as a place to position a wire for a bail. If you want to make them into a little pendant or a cool head pin. VV22. $2.50 each. 5 of them available. Vintage Japanese Cherry brand. Cherry brand. Oh, I didn't measure those. I should measure them for you. Sometimes I forget. So they are about 14.2 by 19.7. We've just sold 4 of the 5 of those, so there's 1 of those still available if anyone's interested. Thank you so much. Okay. VV23. Are these bronze or brass charms or pendants, hand beads. VV23, $1.50 each. Is that I love you? Is that what that is? I think. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. It's been a while. I recognize that though. VV23, $1.50 each. I have about 30 of them available. So you can go wild if you want a bunch of these. They're really cool. And it says it's not I love you. What is it? Can't remember what that is. I don't remember. VV23, $1.50 each. And they are really cool. They're like double made. Rock and roll dude hand, I call it. Okay. Could be a witch's hex, says Suzanne. There you go. I don't know. I thought that was something that I used to know. Either way, they're cool. They're three-dimensional. They're done in both parts and folded over. So they're one of those old charms. You can see there's the folding part there. So they're pressed out flat. They've got lots of dimension to them. And then they're folded together. So there it is. VV23. We've sold 8 of those so far. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. My throat feels like it's clogging up. I don't know why. All right. VV23. All right. These are more check glass, vintage check glass AB cat beads. They've got that great AB finish on them. They are double-sided. They are drilled top to bottom. And you get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of them for $8. AB cat beads. VV24. Vintage check glass. And these ones are about 8.8, 9 millimeters by about 14 and a half. Double-sided check glass cat beads, VV24. We've got 4 lots of these available in this frosted clear with an AB finish. $8 per lot. We've sold 1 of the VV24s already. Thank you so much. We've sold 2 of the VV24s already. Thank you so much. And since I actually typed rock and roll dude hand in Google, and that hand shape came up just called rock and roll hand, no dude. All right, well, that's the rock and roll hand then. What is love then? What? Oh, that's with your finger out, huh? Your thumb out. Yeah, the thumb's not out on that one, so that's just the rock and roll. That's pretty cool. I like those. All right, just sold another one of the 24s, so I've only got 1 of these left. 1 of the VV24s left. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay, these are more of these vintage intaglios in glass. And these are so cool. These are Western German, so vintage German glass. These should be more, but we got a good price on them, so do you. Look how beautiful. These are trouts. We were talking about fish earlier today. These are, let me get the, look how colorful. Trout, $3.75 each, 5 of them available. Vintage Western German intaglios. And it says use a couple of those for earrings and an AG fine pewter guitar for a necklace. Nice set. Yeah, or do one hand, one guitar and 1 necklace. We have I think we have the acoustic and the electric guitar. You could put one on one side and use the hand on the other. That'd be pretty cool, right? Good idea, Anne. So these are super detailed. They have survived quite a long time with beautiful detail to them. Look at the blue ocean with the trout. And these are 13.2 by 18 millimeters. They do have a flat back. I'm just amazed at the detail still in these. I mean, these are from Western Germany, when Germany was divided. Vintage glass, cabochon, intaglios, VV25. I don't know how many people are into fish in their jewelry, but you never know. I think they're cool. We'll see if anybody buys those. VV25. All right. VV26, $3.15 per set. This is vintage Czech glass again. These are the yellow pairs. So we had the green ones at the beginning of the show. We had one lot of those green ones, but I have 8 lots of these. I don't think anybody bought the green ones. So if you wanted a set with the green and the yellow, there you go. Yellow pairs, green pairs, VV26, $3.15 for 5 beads. 8 of them available. 8 of them available. VV26. And these were, again, same as the green, 15.8, but I don't remember, by 12.1. 12. 15.8, about 16 by 12. We'll say 16 by 12. VV26. I just love the fruit beads. You can tell Andrew does too, because he ordered these. He also knows I love them, so hopefully y'all do too. We've sold 2 of the 25s. Thank you so much. Somebody likes the fish, the trout. They're really well detailed. They are amazingly detailed. Wait till you see them when you get them. They're even better in person. VV27. I did these individually. I was going to do them in pairs, but I did them individually. If you want to buy a pair, you can. But these are, again, the black intaglios. And this is the profile, kind of the soldier profile. They are flat backed in black, in the jet black. Super nice. I like them. And these are about 12 millimeters by about 15.5. I have to face them away a little bit so you can see. It's harder to see. There they are. I love these. I love how they're a little subtle. You have to look at them to really see them. They're so nice. VV27, 10 of them available. $2.15 each. Able to be glued on. You can put a glue-on little bell on them, turn them into charms if you want to. All right. These are $3.25 each. These are strawberry quartz carved elephant beads. Strawberry quartz carved elephant beads. The hole goes top to bottom through them. They are super dang cute. These are strawberry quartz. They're not glass. And you can see each one's a little different. They're hand carved. $3.25 a bead. We've got 10 of these available. There's a few more of them. They're super dang cute. And they are approximately 16 millimeters by 11. Approximately 16 by 11. They're carved on both sides. So they make a great little fun set of earrings. VV28. VV28, we just sold 6 of those. Thank you so much. We've got 4 of them still available. They're really cute. We've just sold 2 more of those. So we've got 2 of them still available. VV 29. 29. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. These are vintage Japanese. Let me just dump them all out. Vintage Japanese. And they're flatback cabs. Boy. They're hard to even get the camera to focus on. There we go. Get some more light. They look like they've got craters in them, but they're a smooth surface. They are a smooth surface that's underneath the glass. These are $3.50 a pair. I did these by pairs. And there are 5 pairs here available, you can see. They're not going to be matching pairs. You can see that. They're all different the way they're done. But how beautiful are those vintage Japanese black opal foil cabochons, they're called. We've got the flat back there. $3.50 a pair. VV29. And these are about 8 millimeters by 10 millimeters. 8 by 10. Jet black. VV29, $3.50 a pair. They're tiny. If you want tiny things, these are great. And they're very decorative for as tiny as they are. Sometimes you need something small. Now, these are similar, a little bit larger. These are vintage Czech. Vintage Czech. I bet these are going to sell quick. They're so pretty. These are $4.75 a pair. Look at those cabochons. They're a fire opal cab. See the back. So $4.75 a pair. VV30. Look at those. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Made to look like fire opals. Look at them shining down there. I don't know if you can see that. So nice. VV30, $4.75 a pair. 5 pairs available only. And the size on these, 10 by 12, approximately 10 by 12. Maybelline says the glow is stunning, right? 10 by 12 millimeters approximately. VV30, 5 pairs available, $4.75 a pair. Stunning, stunning cabochons. Stunning cabochons. Flat back. Had a lot of cabs tonight for those of you who like cabs. VV30. All right. All right, now I think we're going to get into these. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. People don't seem to be buying them tonight. We'll see. Maybe it's just the color choices. But these are the rounds. I've got a bunch of these coming up that don't have the holes. This is a blue purple It's a blue glass with that purple coating. We've just sold one of the 30s. Thank you so much. Sold one pair of those. Oops, hair. So blue glass with the purple, this purple spray coat on one side that makes these glow. So these are all going to be $4.50 for a lot of 10. So that is the blue purple version, VV31. Like I said, I'm going to try and go through these more quickly. Well, I never did tell you the size of these, did I? I think they're 10 millimeter. 10 millimeters. 10 millimeters on these rounds, non-drilled. Since they're non-drilled, I don't know how popular they're going to be, so we're going to go quick. As quick as I can go. You know me, I'm not quick anyway. But there's 3 lots of all of them available, $4.50 a lot, 10 in each lot, 10 millimeters. This is the green gold version. Green gold version. We just sold another one of the V30s. Another pair of those. Thank you so much. That leaves us with 3 pairs available. 3 pairs left. VV33. And it's just thinking what I could use them in. Good to know you have them. Yeah, that's why. Like, I was gonna let Andrew know. I was like, did you know these? Because they were called beads, and they're not really. This is kind of this pink, yellow, gold. This is like a sunrise or sunset bead right here. But I figure, somebody might use them, and they're cool. I love them. You just need to use them with bead caps, like Lennis said, or glue-ons, and I think they could be really beautiful. So there's kind of the sunsetty one, maybe a sunrise. I don't see the sunrise very often, so I always go with sunset. Sunrise is rarely in my day. That's 33. VV34 is next. This is a pink, purple, and gold. These are all 10 millimeters, 10 in a lot, $4.50 a lot, 3 of each color available. Pink, purple, gold. Really pretty. I love them so much. One of those things I'm like, just get a dish and put a bunch of them in a dish because they'd be pretty just to have sitting around. They'd be great for decoration like that. We do have people who come in and buy our beads just for decoration like that. So that's another option. We have people who come in and they buy them just to put them in a dish. Let's see here. Maybelline says, do you combine orders if I bought from the online store also? If you let me know and if it's possible. Sometimes, depending on the size of things, it doesn't make a lot of sense to combine. We do our best, but you do have to send me an email to specifically combine across purchase methods. Otherwise, I don't check. I used to, and it started holding things up way too much. So if you send me an email and I can check to see if it's possible, then we can. 10 millimeter, these are red gold and transparent. Super pretty. Love those. All right. VV35. And And one more of these, VV36. So far, nobody's bought any of these, so it's kind of what I thought was going to happen. VV36. But you never know who may see them in a replay and be like, I have been looking for those. These are a light blue, transparent and gold. It's hard to tell in my blue background, but here they are, light blue, transparent, and gold. Vintage glass, rounds, non-drilled. Okay, 37. We priced these individually as well, $2.50 each. These are more of those intaglios. These are like a kind of a smoky topaz. And these are from Western Germany. Let me get it held up the right way. These are from Western Germany. There it is, the profile. Vintage from Western Germany. These are approximately 10.2 by 14.1, so about 10 by 14. Jermaine says, I love them and want all the colors, but I can't think of how I would use them. See, that's the challenge, right? Figure out how to use them. I get it. Like I said, we do have some people, they're probably just not watching tonight, who like the things that are not drilled. We have people who make all different things, like mixed media things, and sometimes they're really looking for those kind of things. You could glue those onto anything and they would just glow. That'd be the cool thing too. So these are vintage Western Germany intaglio, kind of smoky topaz color. And they're each $2.50. 10 of them available. VV37. Lena says, or you could take an end pin, put it inside any bead cap, then glue bead cap onto the glass balls so that the ball is now on the bottom, is the bottom stopper. Yeah, you definitely could. That's a good idea. Put the head pin through the bead cap, glue it in, glue the glass on top of that or under that, and then you've got the bottom is now the main part of the head pin. Good idea. And says, whenever I see those things, I think you could put them in 2-part epoxy. Definitely, that'd be cool. Definitely could use them in epoxy too. Resin, that'd be fun. All right, I've only got one of these. One of these. This is they call it a mask stone. It's about 15 by 17, 14 and a half it says, 14 and a half by 17. And this is the back. It's drilled out a little bit on the back. It's actually faceted and drilled out, which is interesting. There's only one of these available. It is $8.25. Vintage glass face. I love the colors in this. Looks like jade almost, or stone. It's a glass bead. One of them available, $8.25, VV38. Over there. All right. And this is a little preview of some of the stuff we're going to have probably tomorrow night. We're getting into some of the metal. And these are, I did these by the pair, $3.25 a pair. These are these hanging cats. Hanging cats. Check those out. $3.25 a pair. Aren't those super cute? They're flat on the back. And these are approximately 12.3 by 35.5 in inches. That works out to about 1.5 inches by just over 1/2 inch. VV39, $3.25 a pair, only 10 pairs available. 10 pairs available. Super cute. Super cute charms or pendants. We sold 2 pairs of those, so we're down to 8 pairs available. Thank you so much. And the last one for tonight, $3.25 each. These are these beautiful rabbit pendants. They have the bell at the top and the one ear. Look at those in that antique silver finish. I've got 10 of these available at $3.25 each. I've sold another one of those cat ones, so I'm down to 7 of those available. These are approximately 20, well, let's see here, 27.5 by 44.5. VV40, super cool. In inches, that is about 1.75 inches by about 1 inch. 1.75 inches by about 1 inch. How cool is that? And I've got 10 of these available. So far, we've sold 3 of them. Thank you so much. Means we have 7 of these only left. These are super nice. And we'll have more metal components, the vintage metal, tomorrow. And maybe some vintage plastic. We'll see what I get into tomorrow. We've sold another 2 of the 39s. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's half of the 39s gone. We've got 5 available. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these sold. So that's half of those sold. 5 of these left available. All right. I love these rabbits. I love those cats too. They're super playful, super fun. Okay, let me flip this camera around. That seems like that was quick tonight. I feel like that was quick. It's only 9, quarter till 10. What? Only a quarter till 10? Hello, everyone. Look how bright these lights in my face. Whew. So thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you liked that. Andrew invested pretty heavily in some more vintage stuff. So we have more coming for you over the next few days, and hopefully you'll enjoy those. Yeah. Hope you like that tonight. That's just a small taste of all the stuff that's coming. We have more that'll be tomorrow night, probably after my class. So like I said, we usually don't start the live show. Really, Andrew usually does a tutorial or a demo. So instead of that, we will just start the show later tomorrow. We'll do less of the talking in the beginning, probably, because we don't want to stay up too late. But I'll still prepare some things for tomorrow, and we'll do that tomorrow night. And then we'll probably have more of this still on Thursday, and we'll see about Friday. We'll see what's going on. So thank you, everyone. I hope you have an amazing, wonderful evening, and I'm going to go ahead and work on the spreadsheet here. I might eat first. We'll see. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. And let me know if you like the vintage goods in the comments. It really does help when you comment on these, especially if you comment in the replays too. So if you're watching this in a replay, please, please, please feel free to comment, hit the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the love, hit all those good things, hit the share, and that helps all of our numbers. It lets all the networks know that you are paying attention, and we appreciate that. So thank you all so much. Have a great one, and I'll see you back here later tomorrow. Bye, everybody.